Welcome back to the Turo Hustle. Okay, today let's talk about, is Turo really passive income? Right? You get all these gurus online and all these influencers saying, I'm just going to list my car, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch the money roll in. Okay, now part of that might be true and part of that might not be true. But today, let's go ahead and talk about what makes Turo passive and what makes Turo not so passive. Okay, so please subscribe, and as always, welcome to the Turo Hustle. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about, hey, what are some of the features that make Turo passive, right? And the first one I would have to say is automated bookings, right? You don't have to go out and start knocking on doors and asking people, will you rent my car? Or will you rent my car? Turo is out there and they're marketing that to people saying, hey, this is the app, come use these cars, right? So as soon as Jimmy books your car, you get an automatic notification and you're ready to rock and roll. Now, don't get me wrong, right? You're paying your 10 or 20 or 30%, but that's what you're paying it for. Okay, next, Turo also handles all the payments, right? So when Jimmy, he pays you, you don't have to worry about collecting a check or cash, right? That's all handled through Turo. It's sent to your bank account or your business account or wherever you deem that needing to go. And on top of that, they also handle insurance. When Jimmy books that car, you don't have to worry about, hey, Jimmy, do you have insurance for the trip? No, Turo's going to handle that, and they're handling it through their own company. So that's a huge weight off of your shoulders. All that is automated in your eyes for your side of the business. Okay? Now, when cars are reliable, how many times have we talked about that on this channel? When you have a reliable car and you're keeping it out of the mechanic shop and you're not having to worry about what's going on a trip when you've got clients in that car, man, that really streamlines your process and that makes it way more passive and easier to run, okay? Now, remote management tools. Right now, earlier I've mentioned that we have Bouncy, right? They're tracking devices that make us eligible for Turo's insurance. Now, on that app, we get notifications for when our cars go to certain areas. Let's say Jimmy's trip ends at 5 p.m. at the airport, right? Now, he shows up at 3 p.m. to the airport, but he didn't communicate that with us. So now we get a notification that Jimmy has showed up to the airport at 3 p.m., 2 hours before his trip is supposed to end, and now we can go, hey, we could pick that car up a little early, we can reach out to Jimmy and communicate that and make sure that's what he wants, right? And we can adjust our schedule. It helps freedom a bunch. All right, and now another tool on top of that would be our lock boxes. Lock boxes help automate processes and have so much more freedom because I'm not having to meet Jimmy at the airport to get the ID, hand him the keys, say hi to the kids and wife, right? I can put it on the car, have it, instructions right there, ready to go. He rolls up to the car, bing, bam, boom, ready to rock and roll. He goes to drop the car off. He can put it on there, and we can adjust our schedule as needed. Okay, now, once you have all these in place, you can scale so fast, right? So the first 1 to 2 cars, 3 cars, you really need to dial in these processes and these systems that are automated, right? Your automated messaging, that's huge. You want to get all these lined out because once that's set in place, car 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's not really adding a lot to your plate other than some cleaning and other things that we're going to go over in the next part of this video, right? But in terms of the automated side, you're not adding a whole lot to your plate when you add more cars down the road. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what makes Turo not so passive. Okay, so in the first part of this video, we talked about some tools that are going to help automate your guys' Turo fleet. And if you want, you can find those in the links below. If you purchase through those links, you're going to help us and this channel grow. So we appreciate everybody being here and thank you. So let's dive in to topic number 2, all right? What makes Turo not so passive? And the first thing that comes to my mind is, hey, you got to pick these cars up and you got to drop them off. Where are you doing that? Are you doing it at the airport? Are you doing it at your house? Are you doing it in an off-site location, right? These are all things that take your time. You have to do it in rain, snow, sleet, sun, and you got to be prepared for that. Right now, once you pick that car up, what are you going to do with it? Well, you need to clean it. Are you going to the car wash or are you going to do all the things in your garage? Now, I will say, when it comes to cleaning, this is where you can save a ton of time. If you're getting better tools and you're getting a better system and you're organizing yourself and you make a process that you stick to, you can really start to shrink the time that it takes and get a better quality. Okay, now maintenance. The big reason that I started changing all of our oil is because I can do it pretty quick, right? In 15 minutes, I can pull the car in the garage, drain the oil, change the filter, put oil in the car, and we're good to go. I don't have to drive across town a half an hour or 45 minutes, wait in line for an hour to get the oil change and drive back. And this becomes a huge issue when you pick a car up and 2 hours later that same car goes out, but hey, guess what? The oil needs to be changed in between trips. So really, hey, how can you be handy and how can you help yourself and your Turo fleet be more efficient? Okay, now the last one I'm going to mention is tracking your expenses. A lot of people don't think about this. I never used QuickBooks, but I started to now, and Turo, there's not a lot of expenses, right? They're all pretty much the same. And that's just something you want to remember and think about. Hey, do you want a tax guy or do you want to be able to do this on your own, right? But that costs either time and takes money. So you just try and figure out what best suits you and your lifestyle. All right, so please subscribe, comment, like, get notified, and thank you so much for being here and sticking around and watching the Turo Hustle. All right, stay tuned.